Hey everybody, welcome to Couch Dimension, our video games podcast where we're talking about games and gaming news and examining it through a legal, developer, and player lens. I'm Tiny Big Dude, joined as always by my co-hosts.
Captain.
And Red.
We've got a great show for you today. This is not our regular show. This is our special, our third installment in our Trailers Watch Party series. And today we're going to be watching trailers from the Xbox showcase. So excited to get to those. Though, fellas, I learned something interesting. I went the other day, I was just doing some video editing stuff, and I put on a Red January stream of the Summer Games Fest. There were trailers that were not in that article. Of the 42 trailers we covered, that we were not all inclusive.
Damn. Well,
you can't get them all.
They should have put them on the website. That's really on there. That's on them.
Yeah, that's on the journalist whose work we worked off of.
The journalist.
The IGN list.
That wasn't an IGN list. That was the official Sony release.
Oh shit! No, well, that was for the Sony one. We've done two of these already. So that was Summer Games Fest I was talking about. But anyways.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah.
Let's get into our first trailer.
Good evening. The Soviet Union is no more. Despite a potential
Thank God.
Instability, these events clearly serve our national interest.
So this is Call of Duty. This is the new Black Ops, obviously.
The specter of global conflict.
It's so weird to me when Call of Duty brings in real historical figures, like George H.W. Bush.
I mean, still not as weird as Ronald Reagan.
Yeah, that one was wild.
I mean, Black Ops is all about like doing some.
Man, they brought in Ronald Reagan and they didn't even let me go John Hinckley on him.
No.
How's he look?
Cool shades.
I was gonna say it's all about historical revisionism, but that does cast in maybe the wrong. I mean, there are times where they have done historical revisionism, or it is that, but usually with a conspiratorial bent.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously a little more honest about it. It's like
better if you do.
Historical revisionism, you know?
Yeah. Well,
it's very fiction.
Yeah, there were some things though that they've gotten in trouble for before, or people have come out for that were pieces of revisionism that were not.
Oh yeah. Much
maybe
stuff, sure.
Meant to be conspiracy. Or
yeah. That said, I do play the propaganda military game, and I do kind of like it. So this does look kind of hype.
Look,
I don't think there's anything wrong with playing the propaganda game as long as you know it's a propaganda game.
Yeah.
You mean this isn't historically accurate?
No, this looks like I'm definitely interested. Do not get me wrong. Black Ops is more interesting to me a lot of the time than the Modern Warfare ones, just because Black Ops gets to be weird.
Yeah.
The United States of America.
Pre-order the Vault Edition and get the Hunters vs. Hunted Operator Pack, the Mastercraft weapon collection.
Oh man, I can't wait. Zombies.
That's a lot. That's a lot of shit.
Well, of course they're going to have to put all that shit in there because everybody's going to play it on Game Pass. Otherwise, they got to get those pre-order sales.
That is true.
Somehow, yeah. Which I'm going to be playing it on Game Pass. I'm kind of excited to not have to drop $70 on Call of Duty now.
Game Pass for sure.
That's a fun era, though. Like, I'm interested.
Yeah, I would describe the Gulf War as fun.
Yes. You know what's gonna be fun?
What's that?
We're in a few decades' time. I think it's still too fresh, but we're gonna catch up to 9/11.
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely.
Oh god.
A military game based.
They're gonna put someone on the plane.
The Iraq War.
You're gonna be on the plane.
Yeah. No, 100%.
Oh, sorry. You'll be planting the explosives in the building.
You'll be.
Jesus Christ, I gotta roll this next trailer before we get canceled. Here's the Dark Age.
Okay, I will say
I do not believe it was Inside Job.
I did see this trailer beforehand. This big hype. I'm sure Captain saw this one beforehand.
Okay, I actually just saw the little teaser thing that's been going around. I avoided the main trailer.
Ooh, you're in for a treat.
Doom guy's so cool.
Yeah, that's the guy. He's got a shield now. And fur?
Bling Bling Boy says, I was thinking Hammerfell when I saw this. I'm unfamiliar with Hammerfell.
It could be wrong.
Like Elder Scrolls?
Yeah, I think Elder Scrolls. That's what they're... Ooh, I like that gun.
Yeah, that shit's dope.
Skull ammo. The shield, though, man.
Nick Gordon, I assume they didn't get him back, but it's still slapping.
Doom music is always so fucking good.
That's a fucking day
Yes.
one purchase.
You know it.
Tiny, one day you gotta. You know what? I actually, okay, cool.
Maybe next game of the month should be Doom.
Yeah, but I think you already got one in mind.
Well, I mean your next game.
Oh yeah. That's great.
Pilot
Yeah,
a
shit
mech,
looks awesome.
fly a dragon, medieval themed.
The mech thing was actually one thing in Eternal that I was surprised never paid off. Because you see a lot of those mechs around, and you never pilot one. And I kept thinking it was coming through the whole campaign. Nope.
You know, the
So-
idea of Chekhov's gun has really fell off.
It was nah, they just waited a whole game to actually get back around to it. But no, I'm absolutely looking forward to it. I'm glad I kind of saved. You know, it was unavoidable to see teasers around, but it's just like mostly him getting the shotgun. You see the mech in part, and you see the dragon, but they don't. A lot of the skull gun, but I didn't actually see how it fired. It just saw the gun existing. So yeah, no, that shit's cool. Very much looking forward to it.
It basically being the same idea as one of those machines that eat up blacktop and spit out chunks, but it's upside down eating skulls and shooting the chunks as bullets is pretty cool.
That's pretty amazing. By the way, Red, I believe you were thinking of Mekov's gun. If a mech is introduced in the first game, it will be playable by the third game. And
Yeah.
I'm holding Starfield to that as well.
Yeah, Mekov's gun plus $70.
Let's take a look at the next one, State of Decay 3. So, Captain, me and you played a little State of Decay 2. And it was pretty
I
fun.
need to play more of
It was
it.
all right.
I really like.
We played it on launch, and it was a bit buggy on launch. So,
Oh yeah, I played it since then some more, and I highly encourage you to check it out again. Only problem is, because of State of Decay 1, and because of State of Decay 2, I am not going to jump for this at launch.
No, I'm definitely going to wait a bit. This
That
is
said, I'm betting it will also be. There's a good chance it's also on Game Pass, so maybe.
Yeah, very true, very true.
But their games is
Something greater than the
2 of 3 have been very buggy at launch, so yeah.
Yeah. Not a lot of hope for this one to launch smooth.
Okay, so this is like ordering a medium steak and it comes out rare and you gotta send it back.
Exactly.
It's who knows? Maybe this time it'll work out. But,
survivors.
you know, I'll wait and see. That said, seriously, like the biggest problem with 2 is that you are playing on one person's save file. You don't have like a server going. It's not shared progress.
The progress isn't shared.
That said, like, it's still worth your time. Even if you're not like last time I played it, it was single player.
And that helped us find the courage to keep going.
It does the thing that I want more zombie games to do, which is an emphasis on the survival aspect.
When we needed it the most.
Like going on supply runs and stuff.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Despite the fact that we've been getting zombie games for 15 years now, I don't think anyone's done it quite right yet. Still, I mean, there's different kinds of right,
Yeah.
but like, no one has made a game that feels like I am in The Walking Dead. Not even The Walking Dead
Yeah.
games.
State of Decay, I think, is the closest because that's genuinely like
Sacrifice.
the focus of these games is building up your settlements,
Be forgotten.
building up resources, and maintaining against humans and zombies.
There's a motherfucking brawler back there.
Oh shit. Now there's a guy that doesn't skip leg day.
No one is
By which I mean eating legs.
This was such an exciting trailer, guys.
we live on.
Yeah, there's so much gameplay.
So much gameplay. The music really made me excited.
You know, I'll give them this much. See, the problem with problem with a lot of trailers, if it's a new property, is really you need to show me some gameplay. At least with this, it's just like, okay, well, if you played 1 and 2 and you enjoyed them, then get
you
excited
kinda
that it's
know
coming.
What
you know?
State of Decay is going to play like, right?
Yeah. Not to say, like, it's still disappointing to not see gameplay, but at least, like, if you're an established brand or IP, it's easier to get away with it than, like, if you're a fresh thing, maybe show some gameplay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Speaking of established brands, this one's pretty exciting for Dragon Age fans out there. New Dragon Age the Veilguard.
I got a friend who's very excited about it and is hoping it comes out sooner than later this year.
I'm kind of hoping that this is going to be the game that gets me into Dragon Age. You know, I tried playing Origins, but it was just too dated.
Well, let me ask you a question for Michael Q, because I don't have the chat open. I should. I was trying to focus on trailers. Are you a girl?
I don't know where you're going with this, but it sounds problematic.
I know where he's
it's
going
not
with this.
problematic. It's just there are only 2 groups that enjoy it. It's according to Michael Q, which is girls and an individual we know named Jamal. Those are the only 2 people he knows or groups who've gotten into it.
Someone who will stand
So,
You know, unfortunately, I don't think I can challenge that. I don't think I know
That's the
any people who are into Dragon Age.
no, there's not
There's
like...
not really a problematic angle. It's just funny that that's how it's played out for us.
We'll need someone with
Well, I'm going to be the first.
Well, to not be Jamal or a girl.
someone we can count on.
I
One that the world can count
I actually need to give more of a try to Inquisition. And we had Dragon Age 2, but the game is so much smaller than the first one.
Yeah, it's a lot, and the maps are absolutely terrible in 2. That being
Yeah.
said, the combat in 2 is my favorite of all of them. I really do not like the way Origins or Inquisition plays, and I've seen some of the gameplay for this one that they did after the fact, and it looks like this is leaning more towards the combat of 2.
Okay, interesting. Because
So it'll be a little bit more actiony. You're still going to have that kind of like commander aspect that BioWare does, but it's going to be a little more actiony.
I like that.
Yeah, I've got a friend who is excited, but they are desperately hoping it drops before, like, they only said fall 2024. They're really hoping for September because I think they're in Argentina from like October to January.
Damn.
Won't have access to it, so.
Well, that is this next one's gonna be one we actually talked about this last week on the show, but in for the sake of being thorough, I put it on this. So you know.
Oh, I know it's gonna be already based on that opening there.
It's Starfield. It's the same Starfield trailer that we watched on last week's episode. So you know.
Yeah.
I didn't get to
Wow,
welcome
thank you so
bling
much for
bling
the
boy.
follow. Bling Bling Boy followed at exactly the right time when we
I
were
know.
watching a trailer that we've already seen. So that's perfect.
Perfect.
Thank you.
No, I didn't get to say this during our last week's stream, or earlier. This trailer makes me more excited about Starfield than any other trailer Starfield's ever put out. But then again, I'm not a Bethesda boy.
Yeah, and I mean, I wouldn't go into this DLC expecting it to be anything other than Bethesda, right?
Yeah. But man, it sure feels like some other game that Bethesda had a studio for that made a game in space about fighting aliens.
Yeah, crazy.
That was a little convoluted, but
Yeah, no, it does look a lot like Prey 2017, our previous Game of the Month game.
Trespass in the home of House Maroon. Your fate will be decided by the great
Snake God, Snake God, Snake God.
do you think we're gonna see the snake?
I don't know if there is a snake.
You're gonna beat the snake.
You know what I've learned from Fallout? The magic is always real.
Oh, Bling Bling Boy is Wiz from X. Well, glad to have you here on the stream, Wiz. Always fun joking around with you on X/Twitter.
Is there another Wiz in the mix?
Yeah, oh my god, I didn't think about that. Because our show's lore already contains 2 wizards, and I suppose that makes you the 3rd.
There's
And
3
Flame-
whizzes in the stream.
Flame Wiz wasn't king when they said this couch can fit so many wizards.
So now we've got Flame Wiz, Michael Q, the Wizard Blue, and Wiz. I am interested to see if they keep building on the bounty thing. You know, I know it was like $7 for the one bounty mission.
Yeah, I kind of want to know how they're going to structure that out moving forward. Shame I thought about bringing this up just as we're moving on, but learned of a roguelike. I own it. I've just never gotten around to it. Got a Humble Bundle. But if you have ever seen or heard of Void Bastards, it seems like something you'd be kind of into, Tiny.
I have. I think I've been recommended that on Steam before, but I haven't actually fully looked into it.
It's just a quick aside. It's you're collecting, like you're a prisoner on release to collect parts for it. The video I was watching is that the story is not really the most important thing.
Sure.
Most of it is spent like moving from node to node on your spaceship, trying to figure out what encounter. Unlike FTL, you can actually skip encounters, but you're going into these ships pulling heists to get the resources you need. It's a first-person shooter.
That's pretty cool. I'd have to check that out.
The only they said that it doesn't escalate the way you'd like it to. Like, it does get harder, but there's no big pop.
Right.
It's one of the reasons it doesn't. They think it hasn't been talked about as much. The studio's making Wild Bastards now, and it's Old West space themed. We'll see. But thought I'd tell you about it.
Let's check out John Carpenter's favorite game.
Apologies, I know that's a little random, but I figured it was relevant given the bounty hunter or the space cowboy stuff.
Live in the 10th consecutive hour of our Vault-a-thon 76 drive. We've got operators standing by.
I wonder if 76 is getting a bump from the show.
From Skyline Valley,
It absolutely did.
family to Vault 76.
I've been meaning to get in there. Do you say John Carpenter's favorite game?
Beautiful.
John Carpenter tweeted about how much he loved the expansion. About how cool the new map area was. And John Carpenter's like my hero, man. Like, made a bunch of awesome shit, which I just watched Escape from New York for the first time last night.
And the over
Made a bunch of
17
awesome
million
shit. Now he just hangs out on his couch and plays video
let's
games.
keep those
I've been meaning to
numbers
watch
quiet.
Escape from New York for forever. I mean, I really should since I'm a Metal Gear fan.
76 is a growing community.
Yeah.
And strong community can weather any storm.
Bling Bling Boy, never played a Fallout game
just
before.
Take a look at our
That is
Skyline Valley
interesting.
neighbors in Vault 64.
I know that you are a big Skyrim fan. I feel like you would like.
Cooking up
I feel like you would like
shocking new
Fallout
ways
because
to
it's
protect
very,
and
you know,
preserve this Appalachian
very
region. Yes,
similar.
Skyline Valley is a stunning portrait of Mother Nature in.
If only we had somebody on this show who put out a video for Fallout 76.
Its majestic wildlife
good
and
plug,
friendly
Brett.
local residents,
Yeah, on
Skyline
YouTube I did a
Valley
short
is welcome
review
home to
of
all.
76 that you
And
can
don't forget
look
to
at
bring
if you
home a
like.
souvenir or two. When the bombs
I want to get back to
start
video
dropping,
making, but
don't come
stream
knocking.
stuff has been
Call now
crazy lately.
to reserve your place in Vault 76. Still not sold? Well, I suppose having skin's not for everyone.
Oh hell yeah! Okay, that's awesome.
Oh, I didn't know. Oh, I didn't know you hadn't seen it yet.
No, I know you can play as a ghoul.
Yeah, you can be a ghoul. I want to know if there are gameplay differences.
Play it now.
Yeah,
with Game
that would be
Pass.
interesting.
I mean, I'm sure I could look it up, but now it's out. You know, I was kind of waiting to what, or you know.
I love, my favorite thing about doing trailer watch parties with you guys is that we don't spend a lot of time talking about the games, and we spend a lot of time talking about tertiary bullshit surrounding.
Hey, you know, that's the vibe.
But what am
We're
I
just
gonna?
chilling.
I'm not gonna bring up that John Carpenter loves Fallout 76. I mean, that's awesome. I gotta talk about it.
Wait, I'm not I have no criticisms. I just spent a while telling you about a completely unrelated game that I was reminded of in the Starfield thing. So, you know.
Well, let's check out the next one. This is Clair Obscur Expedition 33. This is a
Product
new
not yet
property,
rated.
I think. Unless I'm missing something.
I've been debating how much I want you to tell me what the trailer is before we watch it, but it didn't make any difference for this one. I don't know what this is.
She'll wake and paint again.
Bling Bling, boy, it's, I'll say this. Fallout 76 has improved a lot from what I've heard, but
And everyone
I also highly recommend just doing a single-player Fallout for, if you enjoy it,
No
play
one
around
was
with
safe
the
from
mechanics
Thanos.
like VATS and stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely like 76 is closer to Fallout than Elder Scrolls is to Elder Scrolls Online is to Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
I will say that for sure.
Oh, is this?
I don't know what.
Yeah, this shit does look pretty sick.
Like, it's cool, I'm just trying to decipher.
Robot arm.
This world is full of wonders.
Ooh, big monster.
We walk with death.
Like, I'm definitely interested, I'm just trying.
One's left.
I want to see some
Looks. I'm
combat.
thinking-
Oh, there we go.
Oh, okay.
Quick time, but.
Quick time event soul.
Oh, this
wait.
is an RPG.
No. Oh, it's Paper Mario mechanics!
Oh, okay.
Okay!
And then you can aim the gun. What a
Okay.
revolutionary feature in video games. Oh, hey, that's the guy from Dark Souls 3. That's good for Ponte.
I'm very interested in this, now that I know it's an RPG. That's neat.
We lay the trail for those who will come after. Right.
Bling Bling. I feel like there were a lot of Souls likes at the showcase.
Expedition
I feel like
33.
between the 3 showcases that we've covered so far, like most things are a Souls like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, well, and that's fine, but in this case, like, I was hoping it would be something different, and seeing that it's actually, like, a neat
Well,
RPG,
that's the thing.
I'm
I
actually...
can only play so many Souls likes because I haven't even beaten Elden Ring yet. So, like, the fact that it's an RPG actually makes me more interested.
I'm journeying around Elden Ring, getting my ass beat, and then going, okay, well, time to go in a different direction.
Yeah.
There's a
That's what
lot of that.
I was
Some-
literally just watching Red January earlier today do exactly that. Just go to a different area. Nope, not this one.
I'm making some headway here.
I'm not supposed to go here yet.
I was making good headway in the zone, and then I made it to the boss. And after getting my ass beat about 3 or 4 times, I was like, I'm not strong enough yet. I'll come back. I'm good for now.
Well, let's check out South of Midnight.
Wait, is that the one? I think I know which one this is. Because I was excited when they if this is the one I think it is. I found the initial trailer interesting, and it's been a while since it came up.
Is this like stop motion? Obviously it's animation to look like stop motion.
Yeah, it's animated to look like stop motion. Yeah, this is the one I thought of.
Oh, you're lucky I come along.
What?
Shh. Down the bayou.
No, bayou holler.
We're smelling me gumbo on the air.
Down to the bayou. I gotta drop you off fast.
After I got you out of that tree.
Bling Bling says the stop motion in this one put me off. I thought the video was messed up. Yeah, that was my initial thought too.
Yeah.
And then I kind of was like, oh wait. This looks like Spider-Man.
There's a church
I like
with
this.
a big bell. Go on and ring it.
You want to make him come running?
Tom can't abide the sound of the bell. Some church folks once tried to die.
Giant Monster tells you to go ring a bell. I can't believe we're watching another Souls-like trailer.
He might skedaddle.
You better not skedaddle.
Go on now, scoot. I'll pick you up yonder after to go find your mom.
Trifling ass mudcat.
That's great.
Oh, is that grapple? Are those grappling mechanics I see?
That looks like grappling mechanics, doesn't it?
Up in the top left, yeah. Let's see. I was hoping we'd get some gameplay, because, like, the first trailer was just kind of a CG thing.
Floating island is the gator?
Oh, shit. Looks like another game entering my one of my favorite genres of games set in Louisiana alongside Hunt Showdown. And Red Dead Redemption 2, in part anyway.
I hate it when this happens. Every time I go down to New Orleans, you gotta fight a blood demon.
It's the land God forgot.
All I wanted to do was go get some gumbo and some delicious shrimps.
No, that's not exclusive to New Orleans. That's just Louisiana.
This is true.
It's a lawless wasteland. This looks cool as hell, actually.
This does look pretty cool.
Yeah.
A little bit
art style
action-y.
already had me very interested. This is... we're clearing the rot out of the pale heart of the traveler. It's extremely similar to some open world moments in
Now to get over there.
finals.
Okay.
You know, one of my favorite things that has gotten into every game is a glider.
Yeah.
I do
like
want,
that.
though... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, games have been making movement easier, for 15 years now, and we've landed on gliders, and I'm a big fan.
Only thing right now is I want to see how much of it is it. I'm starting to wonder if this is an open world thing, because like so far it's been linear.
You know what it makes me think of? God of War.
Yeah.
What the hell?
You guys on PlayStation, Xbox. We are all on gaming PCs. I believe Captain though is multi-platform.
I'm on everything.
That's a big old gator. Down the bayou. He ain't got no nose.
It's enough to keep me interested. Like I want to see more of that.
Yeah, it'll be on Game Pass. That's easy. Yeah, it's on Game Pass. I'll try it for sure.
Hell yeah.
Play it day one with Game Pass.
Here's the thing.
Love a good art style.
If we really like a game on Game Pass, should we be buying it eventually?
That's Microsoft's problem.
I mean,
they can figure that one out.
I did buy Starfield, but there were additional components there. And
Yeah, I paid the like $30 for the upgrade for Starfield for Xbox, but I might have to buy it again on Steam so I can actually fucking mod it.
yeah, that's why I got it on Steam. I was like, let's just go ahead and get mods for, or be able to mod it easier. That said, I will sometimes the Game Pass, because some games leave. Things that aren't first party, I will end up buying sometimes.
Yeah, Bling Bling, we actually became mutuals and friends because I pre-ordered Starfield. I forgot about that. That was crazy. Yeah, shit.
It's okay, I did too.
Well,
it was one of those. It's here. I can play it.
Yeah, it was like
I know I'm gonna get it.
It was over a long weekend too, so I was like,
yeah.
Well, I'm gonna.
Was that Labor Day weekend?
I think so.
Yeah.
Let's check out this next one. This is World of Warcraft expansion. I don't think any of us are really huge into that, but I mean, we can talk some bullshit over it while we play.
Flamewiz enjoys Warcraft, but she's not here right now. And
I would get into Warcraft, but it seems like if you play Warcraft, that's the game you play, and you play nothing else.
According to her and her brother played the shit out of Warcraft for a while.
I've got a buddy.
I don't know if she keeps up with the modern expansions though.
I got a buddy that stays current on it, but it's all he plays. I don't play anything else with him because he just only plays Warcraft.
Yeah.
Tyrants.
Hey, that's the guy from Hearthstone.
Primordial.
I'm just gonna say things that make Blizzard fans yell at me.
I always enjoy how to put it.
Their enmity
Sorry, I'm half distracted by it. I always enjoy as a secondary or tertiary form of media starts gaining popularity. So it's shit like I don't know if Hearthstone will ever reach Persona level, but you know.
I don't know if I actually saw the other day someone at Blizzard was talking some shit about we would make another Warcraft movie, but we need someone who knows how to do it right. And they just threw Duncan Jones under the bus. And I don't know if the Warcraft movie was good. I've heard it's not, but I like him, and I just feel like that was rude.
Yeah.
The final battle draws near.
That's a big sword.
That is a big sword. This is such cool art and animations for a game where you click things.
Blizzard has always delivered on their cutscenes.
At the very heart.
The cutscenes have to be good to make all the clicking worth it.
Right, right.
The war thunder once again. And Azeroth at last awakens.
I don't.
World's soul.
I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah. I'm gonna be real. I feel like I've heard the name Azeroth before, though.
That's Teen Titans when Raven says her magic spell.
Cool. Well, let's slingshot from something that we don't really give a shit about to something that I know you two give many shits about. I timed that transition a little too early. I didn't count for all this being at the end of the trailer.
I know one thing that was in the showcase that I care about, but I don't think that's what you're saying up for, so I don't know.
Let's see. Let him cook.
I know what it is. No, I'm the one who cares. Red does not care.
Oh. Also, I apologize for
Listen up, Jack.
I apologize for the poor quality on this trailer. This one was only in 720 for some reason, along with a couple of others. So if you see that, know that it wasn't my fault.
Your code name for this mission will be.
No, you've confused red with blue. I see.
Snake from now on.
So question here: is this a more linear game?
It is a more linear Metal Gear.
I
yeah.
might enjoy it more than. I just.
This kind of infiltration.
Now, do we trust Konami to be doing this without Kojima?
Weapons and equipment.
That's the big question. A lot of people were concerned about some of the color grading, or not color grade.
I have to find my own
A lot of Metal Gear Solid 3 has a filter over areas, and they said there will be an option to make it look more like the older game.
Bling Bling, this is a remaster. Yes.
I think of all the Metal Gears, 4 is the most linear, because this one still has some, like, you're going from zone to zone and exploring. 4 is straight up like a straightforward mission structure. I say most Metal Gear games, or 1 through 3, tend to have like a zone you're in, and you'll end up going back through areas. You'll end up traversing, like.
It's funny. Last night when we were watching Escape from New York, I was telling Katie, I was like, oh, this is Hideo Kojima. He's like a genius game developer, and he based his most popular character, Solid Snake, on the guy from this movie. And then he comes on screen, and then he's like, "Call me Snake." And I was like, "Okay, well, I didn't realize he just played your."
I didn't know you didn't know. I thought you knew Snake Plissken. Oh, how about in Metal Gear Solid 2 when Snake shows up and you're playing as a different character, and he tells him that his name is Plissken?
Oh my god, that's amazing.
I was gonna say Bling Bling. They're not sandboxes. Like there are times where it's almost as if, like in Metal Gear Solid 1, you have a main central area, kind of a central area, and you're going from room to room and kind of moving throughout that hub, and then eventually you'll open the way to the next kind of major area, and you can always go back. Like it is open, but you don't necessarily always have to go back. And eventually, sometimes I think you will get shut off from areas, but. And 2 is like on oil rig with 6 big sections.
Sounds like it's open sort of in the way that like Resident Evil is.
Yeah, that's the comparison. There we go. But Metal Gear Solid 5 is you have 2 big maps. That one is a sandbox.
Well, like the main thing for 5 I didn't like was all the resource management.
Yeah, that doesn't exist at all in 1 through 3. Ground Zeroes, I think it does. Or not Ground Zeroes. Sorry. Come on, brain. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'll think of it later I'll think of it later. It's one that's not a numbered game. Actually, 4 doesn't have resources either.
Let's check out our next trailer. This is one I'm personally excited for. I haven't played this game in quite a while, but I used to play a lot of it, and I want to get back to it. It's the new season of Sea of Thieves.
Oh, yeah. You tell me you don't watch those videos I send you and YouTube decides.
He's pondering his orb.
There's the ship I was telling you about. You can take over it.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And you will have, I'm certain pun intended, the skeleton crew.
The bony boys.
Yeah, that's badass.
Yeah, so this is my uncle.
But
you skeletons all know each other?
No, this one just happens to be my uncle.
But yeah, you become a big waypoint on the map, and yeah, you kind of get to be the enemy, but everyone else they can steal the ship from you.
That's awesome.
It looks fun. I've been looking forward to getting hands on that. I haven't played Sea of Thieves in over a year.
Same. I keep saying, oh, I need to go back to that. Oh, I need to go back to that. But, it's hard to coordinate 4 people to go play a game.
It's hard. I still wish Sea of Thieves. I was watching a thing the other night about, like, streamers I was watching. They were talking about how Sea of Thieves, like, a thing that is off-putting for a lot of people. It's not just, like, the lack of progression. It's that you start each session at 0 again. So it's, that scrounging for supplies and stuff. They
have streamlined a lot of that. Now you can just buy supplies.
Okay, because Yeah,
you
back
can
in the
buy
day,
it
that
at
was
the beginning.
exhausting. Okay.
Did they
That
get
helps.
rid of the Dookie cracked scope?
Nope, it's still there.
Oh my god, I hate it.
This next one, Flintlock, The
Rated M
Siege
for
of
mature.
Dawn. I know nothing about this.
I mean,
A44 Games, is that any relation to A24, this movie studio?
As long as U is free, your world is immortal.
I gotta be real, Flintlock.
You know,
the title did not prepare me for what this is.
With each little snip,
If you're a god, you're
I again don't know what this game is about.
someone I've sworn to kill.
It's like, oh, okay, this is a game like Gun. Nope. There's an Eldritch Beast. Okay, so this is a nope.
As I say, it's Bloodborne.
I think it's
okay. That might be a simplification.
That's a very simplification. I think it's actually going to be more like Hyper Light Drifter. Is what it seems like, where the combat is around guns and melee.
I have some news for you.
Well, like I know, but
Yeah.
like Bloodborne is just like you use the gun to get your what is it? To stagger them.
Sometimes.
You're not really just out there.
They just say it's a Souls-like.
Okay, never mind.
Captain Gang, stay winning.
Seldom has a trailer, has a video itself so abruptly ended a discussion.
It looks neat. I'm interested. Oh no, they went with the British format.
We don't have 18
every
months.
other country's format. I mean, it's Game Pass, so definitely take a look at it.
Work uses that format for some reason, and it drives me up a wall.
This next one is another one that I know nothing about. Age of Mythology Retold.
We return to you now as the gods of mankind.
I have a feeling. Okay, RTS.
It appears to be so. You know, all I need is one Kratos unit, and I can really deal with this problem.
Link says, "Yeah, this one's not for me." If you are on console, I believe you're an Xbox gamer, if I'm not mistaken. Then yeah, I see why RTSs would not be up your alley for sure. I mean, even most PC players, it's not necessarily up their alley. But I feel like I've never played a good console RTS.
Halo Wars is fine.
Halo Wars is okay, yeah. But it's still not as
Command and Conquer was serviceable in terms of its controls.
Rain down destruction.
Like, I'd still ideally play them on PC, but you know.
Was the first Dungeon
Halo Wars
Defenders
actually
on console?
Huh?
Was the first Dungeon Defenders on console?
Yeah, I think so.
That's a decently fun one, but that's more about like a tower defense.
That's tower defense. I was about to say.
And even then, it actually gives you which is what I like about Dungeon Defenders a lot, and I've never played enough of it, but the ability to individually control your unit and weigh in on the conflict, I love that shit. That's one reason I love Mountain Blade so much.
Wait a minute. The Retold
with Game Pass
has me wondering if that's a remake.
Maybe so. It might be a old RTS remake. Speaking of remakes, this is one that I didn't see coming, and I'm interested to see what happens.
Yeah,
this is Perfect Dark.
That's a remake, yeah.
Okay.
I was wondering why, like, some parts of it, art style and stuff is a little odd, but that makes sense now. Yeah, I saw this trailer randomly.
So, my only experience with Perfect Dark isn't with the good one, it's with Perfect Dark Zero.
We love a motorcycle helmet styled helmet.
We're just, from what I saw with this trailer, we're just erasing Perfect Dark Zero.
Yeah, probably for the best.
Yeah. I think this is
That shit's goofy and fun. I kind of want to get into streaming like old goofy ass shit like that.
I mean, if anything, go play Perfect Dark.
Oh yeah, but I mean like things that I grew up with that were that Star Fox Assault games that were bad.
Oh, yeah, I see. So you're gonna do a Sonic Adventure marathon?
I actually will do that.
I am firing shots out here.
Here's what I'm gonna say. We get to 500 YouTube subscribers, or 500 combined follows between Twitch, YouTube, whatever. And I will sit down and I will stream Sonic Adventure 2 in its entirety. Or the first one, whatever people want.
You had to do both. I think that's
Well, I can't do them back to back. That's suicide.
No, not in one day. No. Oh, no.
No, but I will marathon stream Sonic Adventure. I will beat that game on stream.
Here's the thing. If you do Sonic Adventure, and if you were to do Sonic Adventure 2, then are you then obligated to play what I have discovered is basically Sonic Adventure 2.5, which is Shadow the Hedgehog?
Hell no.
Because
it's got some Mirror's Edge shit going on.
Yeah.
You should actually be paying attention to this.
No, I'm paying attention. I've just also seen it. So.
Parkour.
I haven't. This is my first time seeing this. That looks awesome. So, the original Perfect Dark, what kind of game is it? Is it just a shooter?
It's a shooter. It was...
What am I looking at here?
It's not talked about as much, it feels like, as GoldenEye, but it's another... If I remember, it was another Rare shooter. I don't think Rare is working on this one.
Yeah. They've got their hands full with Sea of Thieves, I'm sure.
And I mean...
I also don't know if any of the people that made the original are still working there.
But,
we're kind of in the, Theseus's game studio when it comes to Rareware.
Yeah. I mean, isn't every organization on a long enough time scale Theseus?
Oh, yeah. Everything. Before I could see.
This shit looks dope, though.
It does look neat.
Totally down to try this out.
Was really hiding.
Yeah, this is like all these Cyberpunk top 10 gameplay videos I've seen.
I hope you're ready, Agent Dark.
Which is to say it looks really cool.
The problem is,
once you open this door,
I don't know if what we saw was actually gameplay or not. Because it looks...
Yeah, is it just pre-recorded with a HUD over it?
It feels like that might have been a pre-rendered thing. I don't know if that was actually gameplay. As much as a mock-up of gameplay.
We love spending $5 million to make a trailer without gameplay.
Did anyone see the release date at the end of that? I missed it.
I missed it too. I can look it up.
We'll figure it out.
Like, I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with it, and, like, it's just, yeah, there's some stuff in there where it's like, cautious.
Bling Bling says day one Game Pass probably. Yes, I believe so. In fact, I think that everything they showed at the showcase might be coming to Game Pass because Microsoft is pretty committed to day one Game Pass, which I'm, that's why I have Game Pass. I'll say that.
Much to the detriment of maybe the entities they've swallowed.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how the money is doled out because I assume you get paid if your game goes on Game Pass.
That's something we could find out and talk about on the show proper.
Yep.
And let's put a pin in that and maybe come back to it. This next one, Diablo 4, Vessel of Hatred. So, I'm again not the biggest Diablo fan. Captain, I know you played a little bit of it. We both know
Diablo 3.
Diablo fan. I need to get his thoughts on this.
I was put off by Diablo 4. And so I never tried it because I heard. Okay, so
young one.
I have two things to say here. One is, it looked promising, and I, without going into any further details, got to play a little bit of a beta build of the game before it was public, which was neat. And I was impressed by what I got to play. And so I was very much looking forward to official release. And then I heard the post-game is microtransaction hell.
Oh, damn.
And it really put me off of it. So I haven't gotten around to trying it. It's on Game Pass.
Killing yourself.
Yeah.
And again, we have no real gameplay in this trailer. Some story stuff.
Well, I can tell you it's gonna be Diablo, baby.
Yeah, I mean, everyone knows what Diablo gameplay is like. You're not wrong.
Diablo 4 had some cool stuff though, like going in terms of like some weapon options and stuff.
I need you to give up. No. Of course it's you. You monster. Let go.
Well, that's properly spooky.
You made a choice, and I warned you, little magpie.
I do hate, I will say, when that's upsetting.
Yeah, I have a feeling it was gonna get bad.
But I do hate when the trailer is just the first unskippable cutscene of something.
Oh, God. I forget. Diablo 4 did dial up, from what I remember about the cutscenes, it did dial up the body horror.
Yeah.
I control the stone!
You hold the stone.
Yeah, that's
Control nothing.
that's honestly some of the most body horror I've seen in video games.
Yeah, it's bad.
Maybe you're right. Maybe I could use some help.
Yeah, he got fucked up.
Yeah.
Just a dead stare.
I can tell you now, Tiny didn't play Scorn, and that might have happened because I told him about how Scorn is a great-looking game that is largely fairly boring. Scorn is the H.R. Geiger game, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's on Game Pass. It's just let me warn you now. It's
a Geiger walking simulator.
Like the combat's not great to the point you can largely just ignore it.
Yeah.
I think I've heard like in a lot of areas, like just walk past it. You're not meant to fight.
Okay. Sorry, Captain. Do you have any more thoughts?
No, just remember that time Jordan Peterson posted the milking farm.
Oh, posted the guy getting his prostate milk.
There's a reason that is relevant to Scorn. I didn't just think of that out of nowhere. Let me tell you.
Well, that is. I feel like the only thing to do is to keep moving and to talk about the next trailer, which I'm actually pretty excited for because it's big. This is Fable. I never played the first Fable, but I love Fable 2, and I liked Fable 3.
And that one Fable game definitely wasn't an on-rail shooter.
Well, you have.
And the Fable game that came out on the Wii never happened.
Who better to tell you all about them than perhaps the greatest hero of them all? Yeah? There he is, in all his finery. Cheers.
Just don't know how attached Pierre Molyneux is to the project.
I mean,
Okay.
you get your mega fans,
You are like literally my favourite person.
your haters,
It's like a fan club, but we hate you.
your chancers. And,
Assuming these are not pre-rendered
Hazel,
cutscenes,
Giant
this looks
Toad,
beautiful.
for some reason. But it's more than that. It's about the choices you make.
I'm a hero. I should do what I want.
Yeah, this is basically positioning itself as a reboot. Like, if you already, this is a place you could definitely get in, it appears.
Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't necessarily go back and play Fable 2 or 3, or the first one for that matter. It got a remaster not too long ago, but I don't know if I would put myself through that if you've never played before. I would maybe
From what I've seen,
this is good.
Thought I'd get her out there.
As far as I can tell, they're not
But
bad games. They're just
young. You have a point to prove.
They're more.
I tell you,
they're often a lot simpler than you'd think.
Yeah, and they're pretty
like
dated
I've watched,
at this point.
I watched someone do a challenge run of the first game, the remaster of it, where it was like
terrifying.
A take no damage run.
Yeah, I knew this girl once who made all the wrong choices.
Try not to talk too much over points.
You're good. I don't know what the hell this man just said, and I don't care.
But it's like
I'm going to fix it, this place, and no one is going to stand in my way.
So I was gonna say that anyways, I'd watched, I think it was Nerp. I highly recommend his challenge runs, but I want to say he kept finding it like too easy. Even when he ratcheted up the
not take any damage.
Or it was that, or maybe taking no damage was, even that one didn't give him the worst trouble. I think maybe it was like go through with the basic sword and never like a level 1 run. It just actually didn't make that big a difference.
Damn.
This new one is a new property, and I'm kind of excited for it. I haven't watched the full trailer, but just based on vibes,
love to see new IPs.
Love to see new IPs. It's called FragPunk.
Use this. Make your own rules.
It's my turn.
Is this a hero shooter?
I think it might be.
Yeah, that's a hero shooter.
Oh, but wait. Interesting.
Yeah, it's got a card mechanic built in. Okay, I saw a big head in there. I can guess what that is. Okay, this is actually pretty neat. Like, you got modifiers.
Right.
You can pop. Okay.
It feels like you're getting roguelike mechanics in a hero shooter.
Yeah, which I'm kind of here for, honestly. It seems like a fresh take on hero shooter.
I like the idea of applying modifiers to the match.
Yeah, Counter-Strike is the gold standard. I played a little Valorant, but I've yet to get really into a hero shooter.
Well, if I recall, CS:GO isn't a hero shooter. It's just an objective.
No, but it's the template that hero shooters are kind of built on. Like Valorant is just Counter-Strike with abilities.
Only pushback I'd give, I think Team Fortress 2 might be the gold standard.
It's not. It's literally Counter-Strike with abilities.
I feel like people are meshing the two. But in terms of the hero component.
I mean, have you played Counter-Strike?
Yeah.
Have you played Valorant?
Yeah,
I know you have. We played it together.
But that's Valorant. Game. That's not all. Like, Overwatch isn't.
No. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. But a lot of
I was going to say, Valorant is borrowing a lot more from Counter-Strike, but not hero shooters on the whole.
A lot of the hero shooters that are coming out, though, are, I feel, more in the vein of, like, what we just saw looks a lot more like Valorant than it looks like Overwatch, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, it's time to kill. A lot of the time.
Let's check out Winter Burrow.
But yeah, I see where we were having a miscommunication there.
Yeah. That's my bad for I didn't use exactly.
And I was on another train.
Okay. Looks like
there is nothing left for me.
It looks like a
I have traveled back
mousier version of Don't Starve.
Yeah, it did remind me of Don't Starve there.
At home in ruins.
Does look like a children's storybook, which is a neat effect.
Why isn't my aunt taking good care of it? The bridge to her house is broken, so I can't even ask her.
Yeah, I'm putting it on the board now.
The tree stump a cozy
I bet this one will make me sad if I play it.
Bling Bling says this was from the showcase. I completely missed it. Okay, full disclaimer. I did not watch the full showcase in putting this together. I just didn't have enough time. I found an article that compiled things from the showcase, and those have historically proven to sometimes be inaccurate.
Small city
So
doesn't stand
it
a
is
chance.
possible that this is not from
Maybe
the
so.
showcase.
But I must
Showcase? I hardly know her.
that every
Perfect.
Nancy, finally!
That shadow was ominous. Okay.
Oh, hey, well, there you go. It breaks your heart before you even played in the trailer. You just get
This
to
is
watch
say, like,
it
I
out
saw one of the
carried
little
away.
mice just dead in the grass there.
I'm not playing any fucking game that has cute little creatures in it if you're gonna kill them, okay? I'm not doing it. I'm just fucking not.
I can't. I have trouble enough with games where it's like, hey, you play as cute little characters, violence is then perpetrated.
Death Stranding, but rat, says Bling Bling.
Yeah, a little.
Okay, this next one is Mixtape. This looks pretty fresh. This looks pretty interesting.
But between that one and Death Stranding, you'll have to guess which one has piss in it.
Mixtapes bend others to my will. It's a strange, almost cosmic talent.
Skateboarding.
Again, this one is in 720p. I'm sorry for the low quality. I literally couldn't find it in 1080.
Friendships were unbreakable, and any trouble was good.
Okay, this feels like a movie trailer so far.
It absolutely does.
Of delinquency.
Yes!
What's your name again?
From Beethoven and Dinosaur comes an adventure, a lifetime in the making.
Like, this
Experience
is...
the freedom of the teenage wasteland, sneaking out, making out, avoiding the law, and maybe something.
Yes, Bling Bling. The
little
music in this
more.
is cool, and I think if you're gonna name a game a mixtape, it's gotta have really good music.
Set to the soundtrack of a generation.
And this.
Hell yeah, back when you didn't have to wear seatbelts.
I see multiple things that-
Joy Division, fucking Smashing Pumpkins. Oh my god. Okay.
I was
gotta
about to
play
say, I see things that are there to get you excited in
this.
particular.
Yeah, and this trailer is there to get our fucking video copyrighted. At the time.
Yeah, a little
But
bit.
that said, yeah, holy shit. That they just named like 3 or 4 of my favorite artists.
Mixtape.
There have been noise complaints.
Okay.
Like, I can tell you now, or I'm pretty certain based off that trailer, heavily just story-based, but that's not bad.
No,
Like,
not
I'm-
at all.
I'm
And
here
if I
for
get
it.
to listen to Iggy Pop and Joy Division while I'm doing it, I mean, hell yeah.
Yeah, no, it looks very good. Or very interesting.
This next one now, this is going to be Game of the Year material right here, boys. We're talking Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024.
Hell yeah. I can't wait.
Can people go to Little St. James in this one? Because they did in the last one.
Oh God! Well, please refer to it as Epstein Island for our less informed viewers.
I don't know. I think it's funnier. I just let it linger with its less known name. Yeah, no. After all that went down, people flocked to the island on the game.
That's hilarious.
I think a lot of the time it's a graphical improvement. Sometimes they expand the amount of planes and stuff you have available to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of it is just giving you, I see already what they're trying to do a little bit, which is, I mean, it looks like they might have you do some missions here. But a lot of it is like improving the landscape, because the last one had the achievement of you could go anywhere in the world. That's why people were going to Epstein Island, because it used, I don't know if it explicitly used Google Maps, but it would process a lot of those images to make 3D environments that, from the air look fine.
I believe that it says in this that it uses Microsoft Azure, which I think is their AI.
Microsoft Azure is it's a lot of things. It's more than AI. Or
shit. They put deers in it.
We use it a lot as like a hosting platform for our chat bots at my old job. So,
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's...
But yes, it does use satellite data, I'm pretty sure, to build this.
But yeah, in the previous flight simulator, it's just an island, you know? They didn't know ahead of time what it would be infamous for. So then when all that went down, people were taking their planes out there as a joke.
Now,
and you could find other people out there, I believe.
You know, not to detract from Epstein Island, but there were some goofy ass planes in there.
I mean, that's the promise of, you know, a new flight simulator. You gotta have something. You gotta put those, I assume, like, you know what? I never thought about it before. I assume they're prototype planes in the way that they're prototype cars in a way. Maybe it has to be shown off, but yeah.
At least Flight Simulator isn't leaking military records.
Not that we know of. Now, the next one, we sort of mentioned this earlier, but this is ESO's new shit. I don't know.
Don't sound too excited.
I'm not, because I would like Elder Scrolls 6, please.
I think we all would.
Yeah, Elder Scrolls Online would be okay if the gameplay was pretty fun.
It's just not. It's just not good. It's too floaty. None of the combat feels like it's got any weight to it.
Destiny? Yeah, I guess Destiny 1 and ESO released the same year.
Yeah, and now, you know, it's on 10-year-old infrastructure that was never really good to begin with, and I don't know. Maybe if there's an ESO 2, it'll be good, but I just don't have high hopes for.
Well, my biggest problem with it is that it became a lot more ability based in a way that didn't feel great to play on controller. If I'm recalling correctly.
You're recalling correctly.
And another trailer designed to copyright strike me.
If I recall correctly, my favorite use of the song was in... Is it Deadpool 1 or 2? I think Deadpool 2.
Yes.
God, I'm excited for the third one.
What was that goofy dwarven running shit? Yeah, there. Who the fuck is that guy?
Partially... I wonder if that thing is a reference to Elder Scrolls Morrowind.
Play it on Xbox.
There is one, you know, in the Elder Scrolls, all the dwarves are wiped out. But there was one you meet who was in one of the Plains of Oblivion when it occurred. And he's the only one remaining, and he's like in a walker chair thing that looked like that. So
yeah,
it might have been a throwback to that.
The dwarves were steampunk.
Next up, we've got Life is Strange Double Exposure. I've never played Life is Strange. I know a lot of people love it, though. Very story-based game, if I'm not mistaken. Choice-based.
Yeah. I'm Dwemer. I mean,
2 nights ago.
we're called the Dwemer and the dwarves, even though they're the deep elves.
I found my friend's body in the woods.
And I hate it when that happens.
So
I agree, Bling Bling. It would be cool if they did a game on the Dwemer era.
Or who trusts me. But my friend Safi is dead.
now, if I'm not incorrect, I believe this is a return to. Yeah, that's Max. So this is a return to the original characters.
Okay.
Yeah, Max is the original protagonist because it's in a lot of ways an anthology series.
Right.
Still alive. The danger stalks our every step, and only I can investigate both realities.
Hang on, parallel world?
It's the same as this one, except you're dead.
Now, it is notable that
if I can solve.
I'm not seeing Chloe out here.
prevent the same murder across 2 timelines.
So
I don't know what Wester said to get the stars on that comment, but I guess I'll never know because I can't even see it in my OBS view.
anyways, I was gonna say that yeah, you didn't touch. There's a character that could live or die based on the end, and they're not in that trailer, which is interesting.
Yeah, it's always interesting when you've got to write for games that have like split endings, you know, and you have to be able to somehow make both canon, or just choose one and negate all the player choice that you gave in the previous entry. It's tough.
Yeah, I think that's why we don't have a lot of import your decisions from the last game anymore.
Yep. Just way too hard to write for.
Well, or what was it? I mean, it's not even just import your choices. It's a lot of them, or like even if you're just making a sequel to a game as a variety of choice, choosing like some games decide just to canonize an ending or certain choices.
Right.
I've always been interested in Fallout and Elder Scrolls. Fallout's just always been, you know, you separate everyone from each other enough, and you don't actually have to ever touch it.
Yeah, that's interesting because the TV show is definitely going to have to canonize some shit.
Or you have a big enough event happen that you can allude to what came before, but never talk about how it resolved. And the big event, like if you kill a bunch of characters or wipe out an area or something, well, what doesn't matter?
Wipes the slate clean, right?
May as well. It could have been anything, and you'd never have to clarify.
Let's look at this next one. Now, I know that Microsoft has a lot of their hopes riding on this because they have been talking about it quite a bit, and this is the new Indiana Jones game.
I'm very invested. Like in this, I want it to be good.
I do too. I just, for some reason, don't think of Indiana Jones as a adaptable property.
It could be the best kept secret in history.
And I know there's like Uncharted and stuff like that. But I mean, I'm totally down to find out.
These artifacts have a deep connection to something in the past. Boss believes they hold a kind of power.
Bling Bling says Machine Games knows their shit. What else have they made? I'm not entirely familiar.
What were you doing out there?
I've definitely seen the logo before.
Fresh air! We have to find the stones, Gina. Or they will. If you were to draw a line through these ancient sites around the globe...
Oh, shit, they did Wolfenstein. Okay. Yeah, you got me. I'm hyped.
Exactly.
I intercepted the Morse code coming from the...
Hold on, are you telling me those people who made you kill Nazis, that series was ruined by people going woke? I hope they don't ruin Indiana Jones with the same wokeism.
Yep. Let's get a closer look.
Yeah, that's actually what was in the Ark of the Covenant. That was just concentrated woke.
Okay.
What does it say?
Yeah,
something.
There are moments where it's like, I don't think it could have been any more transparently like sarcastic, and yet I still fear that someone's gonna think I was serious.
Yeah, never played Youngblood. I played the first one. I
heard Youngblood was. I heard Youngblood was disappointing.
Yeah, that's what Bling Bling said. I should have read the comment. My bad. Youngblood was a shit show, is what they're saying.
Yeah, I saw some people the other day criticizing Wolfenstein 2 on the old best friend subreddit, which someone had to point out. This is the only place I've ever seen anyone talk shit about that game.
Yeah.
So, because from what I've heard, people generally enjoy it. I just saw some people saying it was a little...
Where's the stone, you American rat?
It was tonally different, but
I had an old roommate ruin a major character death in it, and then be like, it's not a spoiler, they die in the first cutscene. No, it's still a spoiler.
No, it's absolutely a spoiler. It sucks, man.
And I have it. I endured this dreadful mountain even if my mind was screaming every step of the way.
So, like, story-wise, cutscene-wise, this looks fun.
Yeah, I still don't know what the gameplay is.
Right, same.
Devotion. Total and absolute devotion to the
Because
Father.
it is going to be, like, kind of weird if you just have Indy just going around murking everybody. You know what I mean?
I expect to maybe shoot some Nazis, but I don't know how much it's going to be.
You know what? I want to shoot that guy.
I mean, you should. That's
Laugh and dance, celebrating your own idiocy and drinking the piss you call beer. I will walk.
Because, like, he definitely should kill some Nazis. I'm not disagreeing.
Yeah. No, it's just that he's never been, like...
He's not a Terminator, right?
He's not Call of Duty protagonist, and hitting the balance is... Yeah.
Because it needs to be a lot of using your whip. It needs to be a lot of, like,
Give me the stone.
traversal and puzzle solving, for sure.
Well, we saw some puzzle solving earlier.
Yeah. I did notice that.
But if we do end up killing a bunch of Nazis...
I'm not going to be mad about it.
Still killing a bunch of Nazis.
Oh, we're going to fly a boat?
God. Wait, were you trying? I was trying to figure out if Red was purposefully making a reference. I did not care for that movie. Your response tells me it was. Oh, if you remember, Tiny, but in Temple of Doom, when they take a lifeboat out of a plane, and the plane's gonna crash. They take a lifeboat out of it, then they ride down a mountain. It's too much. It's too much. Too many things.
And then what's even worse is, of course, the Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah. Honestly, when it comes to Indiana Jones movies, I think my favorite... Okay.
Now,
That's
I feel
what
like
I like
it
to
looks
see.
like they definitely paid to get Harrison Ford's likeness.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You couldn't just recast. Actually, this is a lot of what I want, which is like... Yeah, obviously there was a gun there, but a lot of fist fighting, a lot of whips.
That's what it needs to be.
That's what I want.
Bling Bling says Indy mannerisms just like the movie, and this too. Really like this game. Yeah, I think that like I said, from a cutscene, from a story perspective, it looks like they've got the character beat down really well.
with Game Pass.
Yeah, I think they overplayed the part on a boat though in this trailer.
Yeah, that trailer.
I think they just. I think what it is that they are the trailer is trying to sell you on. We know how to write Indiana Jones, guys.
Right.
We know how to do it.
That is the biggest threat to a good Indiana Jones game. Much like most movie games, is the writing. I think so. I think you're right.
I will say, when it comes to Indiana Jones movies, I'm considering now. Like for me, it's Raiders. Raiders, Last Crusade, and if I really have to add another one, then maybe the most recent one.
Yeah, I might actually put the most recent one above Temple of Doom.
Absolutely. Absolutely, I put it above.
This next game, I know nothing about, but based on the title, I'm going to say Red's going to be into it. Mecha Break.
Oh no, I saw this and I was like, oh, that's some Red shit. I mean, I'm excited for it too. It looks neat, but he told me that it's a kind of a hero shooter thing.
It's kind of a hero shooter thing,
which is not really what I want out of this.
Now, all these the color coding is what I want, and the mechs you have.
This
like,
is some Star Wars
there's
shit.
like 7 or 8 different mechs you could play as.
Tell me I'm wrong, Tiny.
It reminds me of a lot of mech games that do that kind of flight mode and mech mode.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, Macross. I forget what the other one is. There was another one.
Yeah, there's another one. I was trying to remember the name.
I thought it was Titanfall 3 when I saw the beginning. God, I wish.
Luckily, I didn't go in on that, or it didn't get me in that regard, just because looking at it, it's not quite the right art style for it. It would be weird if Titanfall, if they do make a Titanfall 3, if we get it, if it had the Apex art style, that would be weird.
Yeah, it would.
Like, I'll live with it. it's not the worst thing that could happen.
Just run on walls again.
Yeah, at this point, like, fuck
Other
it. If
games
you want to have
do
great
it, but
style and stuff,
Titanfall
do it.
do it
Just give me
best.
the game.
Yeah.
And yeah, like the design notes here are definitely like very Gundam in design. It's already had like a alpha test, I think. It's definitely more of a hero shooter from what I've seen.
Interesting.
I want to say there might actually be a PvE mode.
I need to ask you a question. Oh, sorry, I didn't interrupt.
Yeah, just very quick. There was supposed to be a PvE mode, but I don't think it was very fleshed out in the alpha. That's it.
Tiny, I want to throw back for just a second because you hit me with the thing before that trailer. What's your Indiana Jones tier list?
This is literally the same.
Oh, okay. I thought you were disputing me on that.
No. We are 100% agreed. I mean, I put Temple of Doom up before Crystal Skull.
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct.
Yeah.
That's
it.
We are aligned.
The next game I know again nothing about, and it's Wuchang Fallen Feathers.
Wuchang is for the children.
You never know you are a monster.
Damn, Wuchang ain't nothing to fuck with either.
The first signs are really subtle. But over time, it becomes clear. The gift changes you, slowly consuming every little part of your humanity.
Why is it that, like, I don't know. I feel like there are a lot of anime style, like, lore things where you slowly turn into a terrifying monster.
I mean, I'm okay with that.
I mean, yeah, it's fucked up. It's cool. I'm into it, but, like, I just feel like it's a common trope, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
More so than in, like, Western media.
I was about to say a minute ago, are we in for Souls or I mean, Souls has elements of character action, but character action always goes much deeper. This is giving me character action vibes in a lot of ways.
Maybe,
we'll see.
maybe.
I should know.
Now that was a Bloodborne shot. That was a fucking Bloodborne shot.
Bling Bling, is that wood for the protagonist of this game or for the giant, like, snake bird lady that we saw?
With the face mouth, the mouth that is a face.
Sometimes there's this shot in the thing where it's like, no, that's Bloodborne. You're just doing Bloodborne right there. I know. I see you.
The one with the big mouth, he says.
Does confirm, the one with the big mouth. Hell yeah.
Let me tell you, wouldn't.
Is this the degeneracy we want to encourage in our audience? Is this what we want?
Absolutely. Next trailer is Avowed.
I need you to play Monster Hunter Rise if that's your attitude. Red knows what I'm thinking of.
Chosen you
yes.
as our envoy to the living lands.
Oh yeah, this is what you'd be interested in.
Oh, this is Obsidian.
This is Obsidian.
Yeah,
Obsidian's
to it.
Basically their Elder Scrolls.
I'm into it. I'm into this shit.
The dream scourge is but a symptom
I think,
of a deeper,
Red, you were telling me that they're
rot.
doing like very interesting interactions between like your abilities and dialogue and trying to like interweave combat and story.
Yeah. That was what the article we talked about in an episode. Where it's like, if you knew the spell for big fuck-ass fireball, you could, in dialogue, say, do this, or I'll use big fuck-ass fireball.
I love that.
To its purpose, no matter how wide.
That's a very, like, straightforward example. There could be more nuanced iterations, but that's, like, a very straightforward example.
Its protector.
And I hope that's not just early market speak, because that idea does sound pretty good.
I'm into the look. I'm
liking a lot of what I'm seeing. It's stylized in a neat way that it's giving you a very very unique identity.
So for those who are unaware, Obsidian made Fallout New Vegas. So they kind of, and then also Outer Wilds. I'm sorry, Outer Worlds.
Play it day one.
The Outer Worlds.
Yes.
And don't forget the Pillars of Eternity games.
Oh yeah, but I'm just saying those in the way to say that, like, if there's someone to give Bethesda kind of a run for their money on making a better version of Bethesda games, it's Obsidian. So I'm very, very excited for that.
Yeah,
I can't wait to get hands on. My biggest gripe with the Outer Worlds is that the Outer Worlds has a lot of cool stuff in it, but it doesn't have. You can see the budget limitations. It's so obvious at points where, like, ran out of budget on this, or we having to make concessions where I wish they didn't have to. One of which was, like, I really wanted a third-person mode. I actually play, usually not first playthrough, but when I'm playing, like, modded Skyrim or mod Fallout, I'll put on third person a lot more because you get a bunch of, like, modded armors and shit that look really cool, and you want to see your character.
Yeah, what's weird about that is if you idle, it'll go to a third-person view. Touch the controller, first-person view, which is
it's
wild.
one of my biggest problems with, like, Cyberpunk is I want to. If you give me a bunch of character customization options, I want a decent amount of opportunities to see my character. You know?
I think Cyberpunk has third-person mods, but
it has a third-person mod, but I don't think it's been updated recently. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a look at Atomfall.
Product not yet rated.
Atomfall. This is Fallout in the worst this is a worse scenario if you were in Fallout. Now you're British.
Yeah, I saw I saw quite a few boots.
Yeah, I think this is interesting in that it is a game about a nuclear apocalypse that is not Fallout.
It also, like, it has its own identity. Fallout is very American in its identity, purposefully so. This is a lot less devastated in a lot of areas, it looks like.
Yeah. Okay, so it almost looks more return to nature than... Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, out here it is. But, like, earlier in that first settlement we saw, like, that didn't look as nearly as decrepit as a lot of Fallout. That's a fucking ghoul. Like, there are some torn up areas, don't get me wrong. It just looks like there's some that are more put together.
By the way, you talk shit about the British, but notice the way that Bling Bling is spelling the word colors. I think you might need to walk back your statements, Captain.
I think we won a war so I could make my statements. I think that's been litigated.
I love that the phone booth has become a mythical entity in British culture.
Yeah, they do have cool. I like the red phone booth. Definitely better than the, like, American 90s, like, shitty plexiglass, dirty heroin needle phone booth.
I just remembered a great video about 11-9, which is it was a video of Big Ben with two double-decker bus hitting it, and then a second bus was heading for the tower.
Okay, let's look at Assassin's Creed Shadows.
I should clarify, it flew into the tower.
Again, noticeably worse quality, but I do think that
11-9.
why was this not at the Ubisoft Forward event? You know?
Everyone.
Also, Bling Bling, please know, I do not have any hard feelings towards the British in the least, but the memes.
Does this have a gameplay of both characters or just her?
I assume it'll be both, but I don't know. You should.
People deserve to be freed of
If you like what you're seeing, Tiny, you should definitely give Ghost of Tsushima a try.
Yeah, I need to give Ghost of Tsushima a try. I need to play Sekiro.
Sekiro is good. I need to play more of it, but I will warn you now. It is, I can tell you now Tsushima is going to be more akin to this. That's not bad, just, you know.
Yeah, Bling Bling, I don't think this one's going to be on Game Pass either. I think you are right about that, because this is Ubisoft's whole thing.
Yeah, no, this is an Ubisoft one.
And yes, I agree. I would definitely also wait for reviews before I pull the trigger. That is just good practice for Assassin's Creed in general, in my opinion. Any game that has a release schedule as tight as that, always wait for the reviews, I would say.
One of the biggest reasons I would say maybe check out Tsushima is just that it's already out on PC, and I can guarantee it's good.
Yeah, I just gotta
and
wait
so
on
it's
the,
one of those.
I just gotta wait on the Steam sale.
Oh yeah.
It's 60 whole.
Oh, for sure, because there's so many games. No, Tsushima is fantastic though, and like, basically like, I was getting flashbacks to it when she's riding on the horse through the rice fields there. Like, oh yeah, no, I've done that. Tsushima is fantastic though. Please tell me when you get it, by the way, because I want to try that multiplayer. I never got around to it.
You bet.
Outside of like the tutorial.
This is interesting. I think this is one that people have been waiting for some time, though I personally have no connection with it. S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2, Heart of Chornobyl.
There's a lot of love for S.T.A.L.K.E.R out there. There are games that I've tried to emulate it. I'm trying to remember. I have one of them, but I can't remember the name.
Скіфе.
I don't know if anything's quite managed it though.
Валимо звідси.
I noticed this is made in Ukraine. I wonder if I wonder if it has been delayed for that reason.
Ви тільки погляньте на це.
Ling Ling says I should jump right into Tsushima because it's so worth it. I've got a new car note, but maybe if I can find the $60.
I was gonna say, look, the game is exceptionally good, but I can also, like, you've got a bunch of games you already own that you need to get around to, or, you know, you've been trying to get around to, so I also understand. Like, I'm not gonna push you to get another thing to add on the list.
Now, Captain, what do you know about the first S.T.A.L.K.E.R?
From what I know, I believe it's also made in Ukraine. You know, it's got some Eurojank to it, but it's a very memorable game for a lot of people as well.
And it's rather old, is it not?
Yeah, it's an older one.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, maybe I am, but isn't S.T.A.L.K.E.R like kind of more on the realism side of shooter? Maybe not in so far as the environment goes, because that.
Yeah, no, like story-wise, we're doing like some goofy or wild shit, but
says,
I genuinely.
I think they'll enjoy this. Looks a lot like Metro games. It does look a lot like Metro.
I think Metro and it have some shared DNA. So what?
Just the key.
I could be wrong. I swear I heard that the older Metro games were rail shooters, but I could be wrong. Maybe I just head back.
Like, is this a single player game or a co-op or
S.T.A.L.K.E.R's? Unless they're changing it, S.T.A.L.K.E.R's a single player thing.
Okay.
Зона така, якою бачиш її.
Oh shit.
I gotta find the game I bought that is very much inspired by S.T.A.L.K.E.R to the point like they're calling it the Zone and everything.
What game is that?
It's around Chernobyl.
What game is that?
That's what I was saying. I gotta find it real quick. I can't.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, well, our next trailer is I'll hesitate to call it a trailer.
It's just Chernobylite. That's the name of it.
Okay. This next one is just it is not about games, it is about hardware, but I'm interested.
Yeah.
just interested to see what they're doing with their hardware. My understanding is that this is an announcement for 3 new consoles in the Series X /S era. So these are not next gen; these are current gen.
Yeah, but do these read like a half gen, like a pro version? I don't.
Yeah, that's what it basically seems to be. Though I think it's actually just.
It looks like it's just expanded storage.
Yeah, it's just an expanded memory and a different.
Because they're all digital versions, so they take the disk drive out, they put more memory on the SSD. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. It's not like a.
It's one of those. It's fine if you don't have one, or you should jump for it. If you want one and don't have one, then that would be the thing to get. Otherwise, like if you got one, you don't really need to upgrade. I don't. I don't feel a compulsion to. And mine runs fine.
Well, final trailer of the day.
Okay, I know what this one has to be.
Yes, this is the new Gears of War E-Day trailer. I am interested.
From now, you and I, Tiny, need to finish Gears 5, but from what I've heard, it ends on a bit of a cliffhanger.
Yes,
and it's funny
they're
to
just
me.
saying, "Fuck you, we're not
It's
going to
so
talk
funny
about
to me that they decide, like, you know what? We're going to go do another thing.
Bling Bling says, I binged the whole series, so good. Yes, I have loved Gears of War since the first one. I never beat 5, though. I need to do that. Although, I did not play Judgment Day because I heard it was dog shit. But the others I really love. So Marcus was just at home watching TV when all this shit went down, huh?
In full armor.
In full, Marcus Phoenix, that's what I am. He doesn't have civilian clothes.
Actually,
he has the one set of armor, and man, it doesn't smell good.
Actually, in Gears 4, didn't he have some civilian clothes when you first met him?
I think he did. I think he did when you first run into him.
Otherwise, though, threw me to see him with hair.
Is that actually him?
I think so. Imagine that man with a bald head and tell me.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the goatee.
Yeah, I was gonna say. You know who it is.
Oh, they brought back the cover of Mad World that they used in the original Gears of War trailer. Holy shit, that's awesome. I don't know if you...
Yeah, I got...
It was just that motif. It was just that little motif in there. But that was a cool musical note to tie it to the original.
You know what? That shot. This shot right here is what's selling me on it. Because up until that moment, it's, I'm excited for Gears. But the moment I can actually look out on the landscape and see, like, oh, we get a good look at what the society looked like pre E-Day or on E-Day, like, that's what I want to see. Because so much of Gears is like you're going through ruins and sometimes very elaborate Unreal Tournament looking areas, but I wanted to see, like, just generally what it looked like for everyone else.
This could be a good one for me to start playing Gears.
Yeah, we should co-op that shit. They always have co-op. At least, I think since Gears 3, they've allowed at least 3 people to play.
On one hand, I would say I'll say it might be a good one to start on.
I mean, we'll see how it comes out, for sure.
Because it's like Metal Gear Solid 5. If you don't really care about the story, then just go ahead and, like, Tiny, as much as I'd like you to play the others, you've said before, like, it's a lot. So, at the very least, you could do 5. But I wouldn't recommend people jump in on 5, even though it takes place before 1 and 2, just because, like, the game is trying to draw so many connections to other stuff in the series that you will be missing a lot of context. And so I wonder with E-Day, is this supposed to be a jumping on point? Or is this going to be a case of, like, they're going to be is it going to be heavy with references to the other games?
Right.
I'm betting Coltrane there will be references to Coltrane.
Yeah,
I don't know if he will
star
be
beforehand.
Yeah,
so
but I don't know that he'll
do
be
posters. And
no, it's not football. What is it called?
well, they're equivalent.
Yeah, they're equivalent. I was trying to remember the name of it, but like I'm sure you'll see him on TV or on some advertisements, but I don't know if he'll be playable because it's such a big thing in the first game of like.
Right.
Yeah, they're meeting him for the first time. So.
Well, that's all the trailers. And so Xbox I think put on a pretty good show. That's some cool announcements, and this is going to be our second to last trailers watch party. We will have one more trailers watch party for the recent Nintendo Direct, where a lot of cool shit was announced. That will be next week, and then we will be done with these for at least a little bit, hopefully.
Well, don't forget in the winter or into fall, get ready because we will have to. Game Awards have 1 million announcements.
Oh yeah, Game Awards is going to be definitely a thing. I'm hoping that we can actually live stream during the Game Awards and do live commentary on that. But we'll see what our schedules look like and when it airs.
Going to shoot myself in the face now with this remark because it's a thing that I'm wondering about. However, I don't know how I feel about forcing myself to do it, which is, are we going to do we want to not have our own Game Awards, but at least like talk about our games of the year and stuff around that time, because I always have trouble delineating that kind of stuff.
We'll have to see what our programming looks like for then, but for now, you can be on the lookout for that Nintendo Switch Trailers Watch Party next week. We'll announce the time at this week's Couch Dimension.
Bling Bling makes a good point.
Tuesday.
Game Awards is a very good chance we will get a GTA trailer around that.
Extremely likely, I think. But that's our show. Thanks, everybody, for listening. For those listening live, go ahead and hit that follow button on Twitch. And for those that want to be listening live, you can catch our podcast show, Couch Dimension, every Tuesday at 5:15 p.m. CDT. And Captain, where can fans find our edited replays and our YouTube exclusive events like this one?
You can find those over on YouTube at Tiny Big Dude. If you're listening on YouTube and you like what you heard, please give us a like and subscribe. If you'd like, please hit that notification bell so you can hear or get up notifications when we post new content. But that's not all, Red. Tell people about our audio-only options.
You can subscribe to us on podcast platforms like Apple, Amazon, and Spotify by searching for Couch Dimension. If you're a listener, please rate the show and rate it very good because we do a very good job. We're the best in the business, baby. We'll be back next week with another great show because we're trapped here by a wizard. He has my email. Please help me get it back.